Hello friends. In the last video, we discussed about the location and extent of India and Brazil. Now this video, we are making our attention towards the third topic of our syllabus, that is physiography and drainage of India and Brazil. Last video, we discussed about the location of these two countries. And this video, it comes in 3-4 parts, basically because of we are going to discuss in details about the physiographical structure of these two countries as well as the drainage pattern. So for that, this video comes into at least 4 parts. So without wasting too much time, let's begin. My friends, when we're talking about physiography and drainage, these two are a very important part of any region because it gives a proper idea of that landmass. And so for that, first of all, we are going to discuss the physiographical structure of India, and then we're making our attention towards the physiographical structure of Brazil. Friends, if you see the map of physical map of India, then you come to know India physiographically a very vast country and great variations that we find in terms of physiography in India. In your textbook, this is the map, that is the physiographical India physiographical map of India. If you observe this map, then you come to know that particularly in the northern side of India, there is a high peaks or the mountain ranges are there. If you see the brownish color part is shown in this map, and that brownish color map shows that the physiography of this landmass, that is particularly in the northern part of India, that is more than 6,000 meter height. Then as we entered downside towards north, again the greenish color part that you may see there, and that greenish color part indicating the plain area. The greenish color also, if you observe this map very carefully or very seriously, then you might find that this green color, they have a various shades as well. Particularly towards the western side, the shade is little bit light, and as you come towards the eastern side of India, you may find that greenish color shade is becoming dark and dark. So as we see this, because of this is the plain area, and as we cross this plain area towards south, you may find some yellowish parts are there. These yellowish parts, that is the plateau region of India. So many plateaus are there, and this is the plateau regions. After that, if you see eastern side and western side of India, you may find the eastern Ghats and western Ghats. And as we cross the eastern Ghats and western Ghats, there is the ocean. Towards west, there is Arabian Sea. Towards east, there is a Bay of Bengal, and towards south, there is the Indian Ocean. So this is the physiographical. Broadly, if you see the map, you may find the physiographical aspects of India. But if you observe this map, you may find physically India is divided into 5 categories. Basically, they are the Himalaya, North Indian plains, then the peninsula region, the coastal plains, and the last one, the group of islands. So these are the 5 major physical division of India. One by one, we are going to discuss these all 5 major physiographical division of India. First of all, let us see the first and the most important physiographical division of India, and that is Himalaya. Friends, as we take the name of Himalaya, Him and Himalaya, it means the home, the house of the snow or the ice, and that is why it is known as Himalaya, because most of this part, Himalayan ranges, they are covered by the snow. If you see this entire physical structure of Himalaya, if you see this map of Himalaya, you may find Himalaya is one of the most important and the youngest fold mountain in the world. It is basically it is a fold mountains. What it means? that we already discussed in the last year. Fold mountains. So Himalaya is a fold mountains, and that is young fold mountain. Young fold mountain, it means even though today also the physiographical structure of Himalaya is changing and it keep on changing day by day, and that is why it is called the youngest fold mountain. These Himalaya, if you see, it extends from Pamir Knot in the west, northwest, particularly in the Tajikistan, there is a Pamir Knot, and it extends from Pamir Knot to the northwest, to the east, to the east. Basically, when you're talking about India, it is up to Arunachal Pradesh. It crosses as well. So, from Pamir Knot in Tajikistan towards east, and these mountain divisions comes in Asia, ancient continent. Basically, when we're talking about India, these Himalaya extend from Jammu Kashmir. This Himalaya extend from Jammu Kashmir to Arunachal Pradesh. Jammu Kashmir to Arunachal Pradesh, and this Himalaya is not a single mountain. Basically, when you're talking about mountain, that is a single mountain. But this Himalayan mountain is not a single mountain, it is a ranges of the mountain. From south to north, basically this Himalaya is divided into 4 ranges. Extremely south, the southmost range of the Himalaya, it is known as Shivalik range. After that, after Shivalik towards north, there is a lesser Himalaya, then greater Himalaya and trans Himalaya. So from south to north, Shivalik, lesser Himalaya, greater Himalaya and trans Himalaya. These are the 4 major mountain ranges that we can see in the Himalaya. If you see these 4 mountain ranges from south to north, as we go from south to north, southmost is the youngest mountain range and northmost is the oldest mountain range. It means Shivalik is the youngest mountain range among the Himalayan mountain ranges, and the Trans Himalaya is the oldest mountain range of the Himalaya. Then Himalaya is also divided from west to east. Recently, right now we discuss about north to south. North to south Himalaya, there are 4 major ranges, and from west to east, these Himalayan ranges also divided into 3 categories. Extreme west, that is known as Western Himalaya. It is popularly also known as the Kashmir Himalaya. Then the Central Himalaya, it is also known as the Kumaon Himalaya, and the Eastern Himalaya, it is also known as the Assam Himalaya. So this is the Himalaya. It makes a great impact on India and Indian agriculture, Indian climate, and in Indian culture as well. And the location of the Himalaya, it is very important. My friend, today we enjoying a very good climatic condition of India, and it is just because of Himalaya. That is why the physiography of the Himalaya is very important, and these are some of the Himalayan mountain ranges are there. In the next video, we are going to discuss about the plain, that is North Indian plain. Thank you.